I start this one. Okay, so someone else. Okay, so what this points to, what we talk about here, is that what happens, what seems to be happening, is all there is. It's everything. There isn't a hidden or absolute reality somewhere. There's just what seems to be happening, and that's whole and complete. It's this. This can't be known. It's not a concept. It's not something that can be known by someone to make this someone feel safe and fulfilled and happy. So that this is everything can't be known, or it doesn't need to be known also, because it already is everything. So the natural reality is just this. It's exactly this. It doesn't have any aspects, if you want. So it doesn't have a spiritual aspect. It doesn't have a relative aspect, an absolute aspect, and all those things. It's just exactly itself. What seems to be happening is just exactly itself. The other thing is that there is no one separate from what happens. This would be the illusion, or in the end, the only illusion. I am the experience to be a separate something, the experience to be something that has an autonomous existence. I am, basically. That's something that knows itself by experiencing itself. That's an illusion. It doesn't have any substance. It doesn't have anything. There's nothing real to it at all. And all seeking, all attempts to find a deeper truth, a deeper reality, some kind of real arriving, some kind of real enlightenment, joy, peace, whatever, takes place within that illusion. The seeking, the assumption that there is one of those things, and the impression to be on a path towards that. That's a dream. So all teachings are part of the dream. All ideas on what you should do or what anyone should do are part of the dream. That there really is an individual who is consciously living, who can make conscious choices, and who lives a life within this real world. There isn't anyone, so there is no teaching. Nothing has been lost. Nothing needs to be regained. Nothing can be regained in terms of fulfillment, a deeper reality. So yeah, that's it. That's the good, whatever, news. I don't know. So anyone who wants to say something?
Andreas?
Yes, hello.
2 weeks ago, in the story, there was a sudden shift to what they call being. It's not a total collapse, but it was a shift because all of a sudden the whole me thing lost ground. And what really instantly was present was a loss of depression. There's always been a chronic depression. It was totally gone, and now it's all in the story.
Yeah, no, that's
and
nice.
Now during 2 weeks, I see this shift again. Little. Oh, sorry. You can hear me now?
Yeah, very good. I can hear you.
Hello, hello. Another time. Hello.
Hello,
Siri.
I can hear
you.
Yeah.
It's fuck Siri.
We can
Siri
hear.
intervenes.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Let's try again. Now it's kind of edging back to being, but at the same time it's it's lighter. It's not as solid, and the depression hasn't come back, which is interesting
All right.
because it's been there all my life. So yeah,
Wow.
kind of a change.
Mm.
Why am I saying this? No idea. I just want to put something in the ground here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This seems to have been happening.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, probably nothing to say about that.
That's true. I mean, what would
Thank you.
I-
Next.
Thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah,
No, I
okay, that's
mean,
good.
what what would be the question about it? You
I
know,
don't know.
yeah, see,
Nothing
that's
at
the
all.
thing.
Yeah, nothing at
Yeah,
all.
it was just sharing what seemed to be happening, and
Seems to happen. Yeah.
both is whole and complete, what seems to be happening, and the sharing about it. So yeah, lovely. That's
There you
it.
go.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
yeah. It doesn't go deeper than that. This is everything.
Great.
Mm. There's never really a deeper aspect to what happens. There's just what seems to be happening with all its apparent aspects or ingredients. Mm. And there's nothing here that can, in that sense, in a real or true sense, comment on what happens. It's just it's everything, and this, yeah, and it's perfect in that sense. Not for anyone. It's not perfect because it's part of a path or something. No, it's perfect because it's everything.
Andreas,
Yes.
is uh is like the me threatened by this message? Do you think so?
Well, in a way, the me is threatened by everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The me is threatened by by wholeness because it could instantly kill itself. And yes, this includes this apparent message.
But you don't think it's more, yeah, more threatened by
And
this?
be, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, this seems to be happening.
Yeah.
But not because it's really more threatening than anything else.
Okay.
I think somehow it's in this energetic dynamic, it's kind of boiled down to this threat.
Yeah. Or maybe it's also a story that it's threatened.
Well, of course, it's part of a dream. This impression to be threatened, or that one's existence is threatened by whatever, that's
Yeah.
of course a story.
Yeah, and it's also in a way feels like fluid because the meeting started, and then I really felt suddenly a lot of fear, and then I thought, oh, I should ask a question about it, and then a few seconds later, then it was gone.
Then
And
something else happened. Yeah, yeah. Of course. Of
yeah,
course.
uh,
Yeah. And out of this one moment, out of those 10 seconds, the me creates a story about, oh, I'm scared. I'm scared when I meet this message or something. But no, maybe it's just, maybe it isn't like that in a general way. Sometimes, yes, but 5 seconds later, something completely different happens.
yeah,
And it's just gone.
yeah,
The fear, or, yeah.
yeah. There's no logic about it.
Not at all. That's the funny thing. There's just what seems to be happening without any logic or truth to it. Yeah,
Cool, thanks.
yeah, thank you.
Hi. Andreas, can I ask you?
Yes, please. Hi.
I have read your book, You Will Never Be Free.
Yeah.
And I think you wrote there that there is apparent awareness, also apparent consciousness, even apparent presence, or it's something like that. So I wanted to ask maybe something about it. Do you differentiate between awareness and consciousness?
Well, to be honest, usually I don't differentiate between them. For me, they are the same, something that experiences itself. I think what I meant when I said that that's apparent. Well, I just referred, I think I referred to the body, that apparently there is a body that's alive and that's compared to a stone, kind of conscious. So in that sense, there is apparently a conscious body, but there is no experience of being conscious. And that's what usually the me thinks about consciousness. I am conscious, I'm consciousness, I'm awareness, some kind of experience. And that's illusory.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask, because I've been reading a lot of spiritual literature in my life, and a lot of teachers, they say that you should turn part of your awareness into yourself.
Yeah.
And I seem to, ever since I've been trying to do it, or I think I've been trying, that I feel like my energetic body or something like that, like, or some teachers say that it's the presence or my energy or something like that. So I maybe wanted to ask if you also feel something like that, or is it the same after the apparent liberation?
No, because after liberation, this is not there anymore. It's exactly this center, this energetic center, which is the illusion. So liberation is the collapse of that. The collapse of that energetic thing that plays with attention, that puts the attention outside, that brings the attention back onto itself, that just wants to do something with itself. And that's the illusion.
So you would say that you don't even feel your body or something?
Exactly. Well, there is a body that is itself, but there isn't a separate experience of the body. So there is no I to feel the body. There's just an alive body.
So that's the problematic part that I think I will never understand.
Yeah, well, yes. Yes, because this I is an illusion. Nothing else.
I'm just curious because I don't think I have felt this energy before, and now I'm curious that if the energy collapses, if this will be still the same, because it seems that it's regardless of whatever I do, if I experience pain or pleasure, I still kind of feel like I feel myself or something here. So I'm just wondering if this will stay or not.
Yes, no one knows.
No.
Well, let's put it like this. This will not stay, certainly, because that's the illusion. But how it is after liberation can't be known or even described or experienced, or because it's very ordinary, but it's not an experience. And no experience can't be known, because all knowing belongs to experiencing.
I don't understand, but I think like I understand, but yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you for
Thank you. Thanks. So yeah, what the me is usually doing is just playing with itself. And that's what spirituality is. The illusion keeping itself up and trying to fulfill itself.
I think it's practical to some degree, because for people who are too distracted by their mind, maybe I think it helped me. Like I was not lost that much in my thoughts,
Yeah.
but of course always something appears that troubles me. It's always there.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you should get lost in your thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, but I'm grateful for this message, because now it's like more easier, I guess. I'm not trying to find the way always.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
Free.
yeah, it's just constant going with the flow and not care. If I don't understand something, I don't care. If I don't hear the full sentence, I don't care.
Yeah,
So in this way, it's freer that there is no suggestions.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. Okay. Is there any difference between a story and what's happening and what is? Except the story and what's happening is apparent. So what's happened? Well, okay, I'm not sure if I got it right, but let's give it a try. So all there is what seems to be happening. And there is no deeper what is behind it. There isn't anything that is, so to speak. There is no absolute reality. I know that's a common idea in spirituality, that there is a mysterious what is, like a general truth or general reality. And of course, also in spirituality, it's deeply, it's accepted that it can't be known. But of course, there is still this impression of an it left, that which is true, that which is real, and all those ideas. Something like that does not exist. There isn't anything that is. So in that sense, all there is what seems to be happening. And all ideas about that are stories. So sitting in front of a screen, us sitting in front of a screen itself is not a story. It's exactly what it is. Us sitting in front of our screens. The information about that, that we are sitting in front of our screens, that's a story. So I hope that explains something. And what is, I sometimes say that's what is, just because it's for a change, it's just. Are you even taking us serious? Well, no, but not because, but rather because there isn't anyone in the first place to take. So I don't take anyone. But this includes taking someone serious. Why do you want to be taken serious? What's your problem? I have the answer. Be aware. No.
Andreas, hi. I was just wondering, now, is the body an experience?
No. Nothing is an experience.
Okay, but the body gets hot, gets cold, gets hungry, gets pain.
Apparently.
Oh, so it's not real.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But it gets experience. The
No.
body gets
The body, well, it depends on how you put it. Not really. The body doesn't really experience things, but that's in the end impossible to explain. But there is a body that feels, that thinks, that acts, but all blindly. There is no one in that being conscious of it.
forget feeling and thinking. I mean, forget thinking, okay? Just there's no thought. There's
Okay,
just
really?
cold. Run to get a jacket.
Which already implies thoughts, but yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, just cold then. You're shivering.
Yes,
What is that?
I've no idea. I'm not there to experience it and know it.
Oh man, okay. I don't really understand it
Hmm.
because there's so much just bodily stuff that feels like what is it?
Yeah, there's no answer to it.
Yeah.
What anything really is unknowable.
But it almost feels like well, again, I'm talking duality, separate. You know, like you know, thought and all that, like what am I going to make for dinner, and oh, I got to do this or that, whatever. You know, but this is just feels like something that is untouched.
Yeah, because it's everything. Everything is untouched because it is everything.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to try to work with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, what do you mean by try to work with that? Okay. What about taking a homeopathic medicine to help with the trauma? Yeah, well, what about that? Why not? That's what happens. Yeah.
Hi, Andreas.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Um,
Hi.
I'm kind of curious or interested in this distinction between the self and the character, like the
Mhm.
me and the character, because it seems like even when there's not the self, that the character still goes on,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, and there's like this freedom for the character, so to speak. I mean, not that it's for anybody, but it's free to do what it does.
Yes, exactly. Yes, because it doesn't need to serve a purpose. My impression
Yeah.
is that the self would already try to use the character to find fulfillment. You know, yeah, if I would be more like that, if I'm like that, if I could manipulate myself more into being more polite or less polite, or so that's kind of the self, the me already trying to use one's own body and conditioning and character. That's why so many people also try to work on themselves, because they
Yeah.
think if I can make this change, maybe this will give me fulfillment.
Yes, totally. And because usually the self and the character kind of mush together, like it's one
I know they
thing.
seem to be very close. Yeah,
Yeah, they seem to be inseparable, but then they're not. They're different. They're actually different.
exactly. And that's the problem with a lot of spiritual teachings. But people say they want to get rid of the ego or transcend the ego. What they are usually trying is to get rid of their character.
Yeah.
They think
Yeah.
if when you like red cars, and you have to get rid of your ego. You somehow have to stop liking red cars, for example, and that's what they work on all the time.
It's
the character in that sense just is what seems to be happening.
yeah, like there's the ownership of the character somehow.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. But without that ownership or without the me, it just seems so empty. Like there's no reason, there's no purpose, but it's kind of like an uncomfortable emptiness, at least right now, like as I'm thinking about it.
All right.
Yeah.
But
I don't
you
know.
are still thinking about it.
Yes, exactly. There's still somebody here thinking about it, talking, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was
Yeah.
no, go ahead. Just that there was that, there was a recent glimpse or whatever you want to call it, that where it was so obvious, what I'm saying, but now it's mushed back together again into one.
With the story
Yeah.
with someone.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The story goes on. Okay. Thank you, Andreas. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I mean, what I wanted to say, the problem is that you can't know that beforehand. There is absolutely no possibility to understand beforehand what's the me and what's the character. So it's impossible to find the division line. In a way, it's just, well, obvious is also saying too much, but when this illusion collapses, there's just an apparent character left. But you can't know it beforehand. Is this the character? Is this the me? Is this the character? So a lot of people try to work that out, and that's impossible. Can't be worked out, really.
Yeah, I guess it's the me that feels threatened by the emptiness or the purposelessness of it.
Of one, yes, of one's own being, so to speak, of one's own character and body and functioning, how empty and unreal it is, and useless.
Yeah, useless, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it's also impossible to understand afterwards, really.
Well, that's true, but then there's no need.
I mean, if it's gone back to meing, I mean, it's also.
Yeah, I mean, there's no understanding anyway.
No, anyway, yeah.
But my impression is that a lot of people try to work that out, so to speak. They do something, and then they ask themselves, was this the me doing it? Was it the character? That's what I mean. They want to just find an answer to what's going on. And I think that's quite a common question. Was this now coming from the me, or was this okay, so to speak? Was it okay that I longed for an ice cream, or was it the me doing it? And then, of course, it would have been wrong. Of course, wrong. Well, the me gives the character importance and the seriousness. Could we say that? Yes, yeah, one could say. I mean, the me, in that sense, the me gives everything importance and seriousness. And when it thinks that the character is a tool to find fulfillment or is the hindrance to be fulfilled, then of course it becomes very important, the character. Of course, when the person thinks, I can't be happy because I get scared a lot, or what, I don't know, whatever, because I am the way I am, then of course this becomes very important, how I am. And if I would be more courageous, I would finally do my trip to, I don't know, the next city, or I don't know. Then I'd feel alive and free and total. So yeah, it's just very close. It seems, and of course, the character seems to be something that can be influenced, that can be worked with, because it's so close. Okay, so are you saying even if it feels like me all the time, there's no me already? Even if there's no collapse of me, no liberation? Yes. This is the impersonal natural reality. There never is a real me. There never is a real absolute. There never is a real separate source. Let's call it like this. Yes, there's just this for no one. There isn't anyone here who is a conscious me who can consciously do things. There's also no general consciousness watching this, or there's also no God doing this, and it's just itself. Me is an illusion.
And what like confirms to me is just thoughts that this was me, or that this was me that thinks this.
No, nothing confirms the me. It's only the me confirming itself in anything. But thoughts don't confirm anything.
Right.
Feelings don't confirm anything. It's a blind reality. It's only the me trying to mirror itself in everything by experiencing it.
Why does it want to experience everything?
Again?
Why does it want to experience everything?
Well, it doesn't really want it. That's just what it does.
Okay.
But then it thinks that there has to be more. But all it has to find more is experiencing. But that's the thing. The moment it is, apparently, all it can do is to experience. Automatically, it's not a process, it's not even a conscious process. Me is experiencing, or the illusion of experiencing.
And it seems what it does is it tries to find fault with everything, or trying to find things to fix, or find wrongs, maybe.
Whatever. It's just seeking for something.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. Only apparently, of course.
And when you say that there is no substance to the me or to the experiencing, it's because there is no substance to anything? Or
Yeah, one could say so, but it's a bit more direct. It's just not there. There just isn't anyone. There is no self or self-awareness in you right now. It's not there.
although I feel like it?
Although there is this illusory experience of, yeah, but I'm here, but I'm here. Yes.
Yeah, but there is no substance to anything, basically.
Well, yeah, that's that's on top. Yeah.
It's just nothing and everything.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's this impression that you are substantial that gives everything the impression of substance. Nothing is real out of itself.
Yeah.
It's only you adding this impression to everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Question, so there is no feeding the me and no starving the me? Yes, not really, exactly. There's just what seems to be happening. Yes. Can you also say experiences are experienced and not experienced? It's just what is apparently happening. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would make it a bit more weird. The illusion of experiencing is what seems to be happening. but experiencing itself never happens. And I wouldn't call it real and unreal. It's less.
So is that just experience?
No,
No.
not at all. This would be the arrogance of the me saying I'm everything, which of course you can find in personal teachings, but with the one who says all there is experiencing, that's
No, not experiencing, just experience, just
yeah, you
not
can't.
the same. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you are free to say anything you want, but this sounds a bit like an intellectual
Okay.
making it as small as possible.
Okay.
No, a chair isn't experiencing.
It's just what is.
Exactly, which
So-
can't be known.
Right. Well, but I think some people say whatever that there isn't a brain or something like that. Like if you take out the brain of the head, I mean it's an apparent brain. Is that what you would say?
Yes, but for no one. So no one knows if there's a brain or not.
So the brain is just the word brain is just a label on it.
No idea. No, it's an apparent label.
Okay. It's an apparent label on an apparent brain. An apparent-
Exactly. Exactly. Which can't be separated from an apparent body, which can't be separated from the air around it, which can't be separated from the planet, which can't be separated from anything. There are no objects.
Right.
There isn't anything that's real.
But it's also unreal at the same time or something.
Well,
Good.
yeah. It's enough to say there's nothing real.
Okay.
It doesn't have to become unreal. There's just nothing real in the first place.
Okay. So yeah, so everything is irrelevant.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. By being everything, it only can be irrelevant.
Because it's all the same or it's all equal, or is that no because?
Well, in the end, because there is nothing or no one to whom it could be relevant. You know, this idea of importance, just you
Right.
need two, you need a relationship
No.
where one thing can be important or relevant to the other thing.
Right.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
well, it's not dismissed. It's just irrelevant. It's just not important. But it's not pushed aside. What happens? It's not that it's irrelevant. No, it's this. But it can't carry meaning when it's everything. This message is not an attempt to push anything away or to give a simple answer to what happens. That's just what happens. I've heard it said, this message starves the me, so that's just a story. Yes, it's a story. It's what seems to be happening, apparently, but that's why it's a story. Okay, so the me wants everything fully filled, which will never happen. Yes, while true fulfillment is that seemingly happens, that there's nothing to be filled. Yes, kind of this whole idea of fulfillment is just a personal idea. There is no such thing as fulfillment. Everything just is what it is, and it's perfectly whole and complete, but it's not fulfilled. You know, that's a personal idea. I'm not sure what this question means. Does the man make the dance in an apparent relationship? Well, it doesn't matter. It's just a big soup of happenings without separate ingredients. Yes, yeah, yes. And this big soup is nothing, not something. Okay, so what seems to be happening is literally everything, even the illusion of me, any story. The question sounds so nonsensical. Yes, yeah, there's just this. Without any kind of knowing. That's it. There isn't more.
So this just thinks that it is real, and therefore thinks other people are real. Or
Yes. Well, thinking, but yeah, kind of. Which is what seems to be happening. Which is whole and complete for no one. Which can't be answered. Which can't be worked at. Which isn't wrong. It's just what seems to be happening to no one. There's no way to make it more whole and complete, to make it feel more whole and complete. That's it.
because it seems maybe that this will place more importance on maybe negative thoughts, because or it will say that the negative thoughts, that's the me, or the negative feelings, that's the me coming up, or whatever.
It's all just what seems to be happening.
Right.
I know the person has a problem with negativity. Wants to be positive. To conquer the world. To get out of bed and shape the world to my own idea in a positive way. Yeah, it works quite well usually. Okay, the message sounds like new all the time, as if I've never heard. Well, yeah, of course, you have never heard the message. And of course, it's always new in that sense, because there isn't a message that's kind of the same like yesterday, like this boring old same again.
Maybe I would ask that from a personal view, if I simplify the universe, there could be like three things, maybe like everything, then nothing, and then the experience of it. Something like that, maybe. And if I take it without the experience, it's just, that's what apparently happening. Is it like some, or I don't know, because sometimes I hear that there are like three things, and sometimes it's just like two things, like without.
Yeah, but what's being said here is that there is no thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing is true. Like.
Yeah, nothing exists.
Nothing exists.
Yeah, that's the natural reality. But this can't be known.
Okay.
Yeah, sitting in front of a screen, not happening, can't be understood or known.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. William,
Hello.
hello.
Andreas, do you think that every question that the me asks,
No.
what was the no to?
Do I think?
Okay. Is it that every question that the me asks has a hope attached that it's going to help it get a bit further along?
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely.
I think that's the frustration when I'm sitting there without questions. Well, not always. Sometimes I sit there without questions and it's just completely, well, it's not fine. It's just what it is. But today, kind of sitting there without anything to ask, it's frustrating because it's like, well, how do I make a step? I know this isn't
Exactly, because of course the waiting energy or the seeking energy is still there.
Yeah.
And of course, when there's something to do, which could be asking questions, then there is a release already in moving, in the possibility to move forward. And there's always a hope attached, of course.
Yeah, it feels like it's like back on track or back in action or something like that.
Back in action, exactly.
It doesn't want to sit there frozen and paralyzed, feeling like I know this might sound dramatic, but it's almost like the world's passing me by, and if I don't do something about it, I'm just going to be stuck.
I'd just be left over forever. I'd just be left over and separate and uncomfortable forever. If I don't do something about that, I mean, no one else will. They are all busy taking care of themselves. So I have to take care of myself also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. But there's no right or wrong. I mean, I don't suggest to not do that and to just stay present or something. It's the same prison. There's no answer. There's no answer on how you or anyone should be. What's the most promising way to be? That's basically the question of the seeker. What's the most promising way to be? Should I ask questions? Should I meditate? Should I rest as awareness? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I think about it? Should I not think about it? And that's the dream. This one is illusory. All the time, right from the start. It's not illusory at the end of a path. It's not, it doesn't turn out to be illusory after, I don't know, 200 years of meditation or something. No, it's unreal to begin with.
Andreas, so
It's
even
unreal. Oh, go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
William.
No. My questions aren't really
Okay,
important.
Jason.
I'm not saying my questions are really important either. They just come up, you know. Oh God,
Have
I
anyone here
forgot what I was going to
important
say.
questions? Yeah.
You know, earlier you said that the me seeks or uses the character to find fulfillment. You know, if only I didn't have this fear, then I could do blah blah blah. You
For
know,
example,
and
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I mean that's the story of my life, of Jason. This is this Jason character, whatever person, me, the me, like that's been my entire adult life is like trying to change the character.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Which seems utterly futile, seems completely
yes.
There's no way to do it.
Yes, exactly. I know this very well. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's this question of, well, like, what is this me thing? You say, oh, it's an illusion or whatever, but like, how can it influence this? Like, how can it have so much influence if it's not even here or it's not even anything? And yet it does, there is an influence, right? This sense of ownership influences so much.
Well,
it seems, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently, exactly. The influence, the possibility, the possibility to have this seemingly huge impact is because it's what seems to be happening. The me and its impact on the story. It's not because there is a powerful separate me. It's just wholeness doing all of it.
Excellent answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's
Andreas.
two things. Well, one moment. I think it's two things. There is no one to work on the character. On the other hand, the character is also what seems to be happening. It's not even really that there is, oh, here, that's the character. But that's what the person thinks, as if there is a real character that it can really work on. But no, there isn't. It's as undivided as everything else. So there isn't even something real to work on. So both ways it's illusory. The one who wants to work, but the assumption that what it wants to work on is really real. Both don't exist as such.
Withdraw the question.
Hmm?
After that statement, I withdraw my question. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, because of course this would still kind of be conceptual, like, okay, there's no me, but there's a character left. More or less, only apparently. There isn't a real character in that sense.
Is the character what you would call just like natural preferences for like some like cheese, some like chocolate, or
What seems to be happening, and that isn't something that happens, it's no thing as that. Then it's all happening by itself, apparently. The character is the carrot. Yeah. Well, it's just one thing where the person can seek in what it thinks it can change and be free from or can use. But it's all useless. One's own body is useless to find something deeper or the experience of one's body. Yeah, check.
See, that's the thing. The poor beleaguered me, taking itself to be real, runs from pillar to post, teacher to teacher, trying to find some way to adapt, be comfortable, overcome these problems, only to hear it said, well, you're not real anyway. It's just, that's like the ultimate insult. I'm like,
after all those decades of hard and serious work on myself,
how dare you, sir? There's that is tragically funny because the apparent me taking itself way too serious is offended.
Oh.
How dare you? No, but
Yeah.
There's just so much humor in that. I mean,
Yeah, because it's
that's
not
it.
real. Yeah.
That's exactly what I just said. Thank you, Andre.
Thanks.
see, I still feel like there's like stages to it, like because now I understand nothing is real and nothing is wrong or right, and then it's like, what's the next thing that I can add to that, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, there's no understanding. Is the character a response to its surrounding environment? This leads to different characters with different environments, and it decays along with the death of the body. Well, all of it just is what seems to be happening, and there's no real answer to it. But yeah, everything is undivided.
Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Hi. So in the end, you could say that the me is one big story. It's a story of separation, and perhaps the only story that we have, in a sense. I mean, you can't touch it, taste it, smell it, hear it. I mean, it's nothing, and it can't be anything else but nothing. But even knowing that is not enough somehow.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I mean,
Just
you
because
could know that.
knowing is still part of the dream, and it's as useless as everything else. So knowing this message or understanding the concepts of this message is just useless and has nothing to do with what we talk about here. There's no connection between the illusion of a conceptual understanding and the totality of sitting in front of a screen.
Sorry, say that again.
What?
Could you repeat that, please?
Well, the illusion of understanding the concepts of so-called non-duality has nothing to do with the totality of sitting in front of a screen. That's just, there's no connection to understanding whatever and this. That's why the impression is left that, oh, still not enough. I understood so much already, but I'm still not fulfilled yet. So what would the person conclude? There must be more.
Well, if he doesn't come to that conclusion, then what's left? I mean, if it says, right, I know this and I'm not going to look for any more, I mean, is that still...
Yeah, I think this will be another conclusion where, but the person wouldn't be able to live up to it. It would still go on seeking somewhere, maybe not in this message. Maybe it would say, okay, understood it, nothing there for me. Now I start and have fun or something.
So, I mean, there's nothing ultimately that, I mean, the me is not there anyway, but he can't do anything about his own dilemma. I mean,
Exactly. In the end, exactly because there isn't anyone.
there isn't a dilemma in the first place.
Exactly. So the dilemma for the me isn't a dilemma for wholeness.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the me going on, living in this energetic tension.
Yeah.
Its own presence.
In a loop of...
Still here. A loop of still being here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, as you said, isn't a dilemma at all. It's just what seems to be happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, Andrea.
Yeah.
Yes, one more question here, because I know it's time. Say, for instance, you're planning a trip and you got to go buy your tickets and, you got to package what you need. There's all this thinking involved, planning for the trip. And you get on the bus and you get an excruciating pain in your head.
Yes.
There's no thinking there. You understand what I'm trying to say? The body seems to become what the word is, not automated, but there's something happens in the body that there's no thinking or thought responsible for. What is that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a problem. But anyway, you don't have an idea. So anyway, that's.
Well, I'm not here to have an idea.
Yeah, I know. You're not having an idea. I just want it almost, you know, it's whole and complete, but it seems like there's a dichotomy there, and it's unsettling.
Sorry, I don't know this word.
Well, something something that's not whole and complete there. I mean, it's whole and complete, but everything else
whole
seems
and, well,
made
well,
up.
in that sense, well, that's whole and complete.
But it doesn't feel like it's made up at all. Do you understand? In that sense, everything else I'm doing, is made up. I got a plan for this, I'm doing that, and bang, get the whatever. Something happens in the body that is not.
Oh no, it's just what seems to be happening, like the planning and all the other things that you share. And there is no answer to what happens. Nothing is made up. Everything just is what seems to be happening, and there's no answer to it. Pain.
Well, it feels like I'm making everything up. I feel like totally the whole day is made up. You know, there's nothing that's spontaneous. That's the word. The body is spontaneous.
Yeah. It's timeless in the end, but yeah. And I still don't get the problem.
I guess I can't, maybe I can think about it and figure out how I'm trying to express it.
Yeah.
If it just feels like, boom, something without any thought, body goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, everything is boom.
But everything goes even with a thought attached, except for body.
Yeah, okay. And what's the point? I still don't see a problem. And let's assume it is like that.
Different, something, and there's no difference. Everything's complete, but something feels different. Anyway, I'll try to work on it.
Well, whatever. But everything is complete. That doesn't mean that it feels complete. There is no feeling of completeness here. I don't feel complete.
Well, I feel like the person is contrived. The person is made up. I'm not even talking character, because I don't even know what that is. Everything is like, oh, did you do that? Whatever. There's a list of things to do. The body activates on its own without a thought, without anything.
Yes.
It's just.
Yes.
Okay, so it feels different.
I don't know.
I guess I can't explain it. Okay.
Yeah,
I try to figure this out, then I can maybe make a better.
Yeah, maybe a question. If I'm supposed to say something, a question would be good.
I better make a better question. I'll try to work on.
I haven't heard a question at all, actually. So
I'm trying to say that too. There's something that feels like it's not made up, and that's the body. Everything else is made up.
all right. Was that a question now?
But that's what. Oh, he's so rude. Tell Joey he's just rude. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Yeah, maybe that helps. Yeah. All right. So I think there are no questions anymore. All right, so thanks for the comments. I just say yes to all of them. It's all right. No, but it won't be shared on YouTube. Probably. Maybe. I don't know yet. There's no message. There's nothing to do and nothing to not do. There isn't anyone. It's this sense of me, this impression that there is an energetic center residing in our bodies. This impression is completely illusory. That's what's meant when I say there isn't anyone. It's there isn't anyone. All right, that's it. I wish you a lovely day. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Have a good time. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
You.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.